I won't stop till I hear him say,
how this Fed Jerome Powell speech comes out in a couple of hours.
Thank you for your time, bro.
Always. See you guys. Everybody take it easy. Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. In today's video breakdown, we're going to be talking about the recent strength in the DXY that we have been talking about in the CYPRX community for, I'd say, about the past 2.5 weeks now. I'm going to show you all our private group chat, things that we've been discussing amongst the CYPRX superior traders that are now playing out into fruition, just to show you all, that here at CYPRX, we really do focus on price action and logic in the market. So I want to take your attention real fast over to our general chat, something that I said to the CYPRX students on the 26th of January. I said, interesting how we have a stream of high impact news right around the time that the DXY is at a higher low area on the charts. And I gave the CYPRX student this blue area of interest, saying that the market, and for the DXY in particular, could potentially retrace back up to this area. And now current price action has met our significant psychological level, which we've been talking about for quite some time here, not only on the CYPRX YouTube, but also in the private community. The 103.800 level, which you can see over here on the daily in the 8-hour chart. This is the weekly on the right, 8-hour on the left, has now retraced back to that blue level. All right. So I also messaged the CYPRX students just the other day and let them know that if risk on assets are going to pull back because of the DXY strength right now that we're currently experiencing, if this continues, which I'm going to show you in today's video breakdown, is something that we're going to be paying attention to here at CYPRX, because if this happens and this historical level, again, which I'm going to show you today, is broken, we could see a retracement on our favorite utility-driven altcoins. Right now, prices are up in the cryptocurrency market on the daily perspective. For example, Hbar had a nice run this morning. We saw Cspr overnight during London session had a nice run, which is absolutely phenomenal. Again, it's phenomenal for us here at CYPRX because back in November and December, I was telling the CYPRX students that I was heavily unloading my bags in the crypto space. And I mean, I have some of the CYPRX students here that can literally testify to that here at CYPRX, we attempt to diversify our portfolio at the bottoms of the market and not when everybody else is chasing the market. If you guys go on the Twitter space right now on YouTube, I can even guarantee you there's going to be videos of influencers talking about Hbar and Cspr pumping. Here at CYPRX, we're already past that because we were involved in the market back here in November and December when everybody else was scared. Okay. So with that being said, all right, let's go over to the DXY. I want to show you guys 2 tweets just to show you, again, not only do we discuss this in our private group chat in detail, but I give you guys little tiny gems on the Twitter space. So if you don't follow us on Twitter, go check out the Twitter. Link is in the description down below. I said to you all back on January 23rd, I gave you guys these screenshots of the DXY, again, highlighting this blue psychological level, the 103.800, just to show you all how powerful and lethal paying attention to psych levels are and not these retail resistance methodologies of trading. Remember, banking institutions, these major entities with billions, millions, trillions of dollars, they're not trading magic indicators. They're not trading Fibonacci. They're not trading retail patterns. They're trading in the form of 2 parameters, time and price. And when you understand that about the market, everything else starts to disappear and you understand how much of a distraction trading view actually is. Okay. 90%, I'd say maybe even 95% of retail traders don't even know that, right? They think that they're doing something powerful by reading these charts, that it's irrelevant. Okay. Coming over here, this was on January 11th. So this is almost a month ago. You guys can see, again, the power of psych levels. I said to you all, if the DXY stays below 103.800 psych level, the crypto bottom could be in. And I'm going to break down today what's going on in my perspective, what could potentially happen based off of historical data, or very close to its end. So I highlighted that the bottom could potentially not be in, and I'm going to go over that today. Obviously, of course, unless a major exchange or a project goes bust, but that is a black swan no one can predict. So again, in my personal opinion, we have to be able to react to the market and not be impulsive and chase it. Okay. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about by this historical level. And this video kind of all started because I was just reading this XRP fundamental here. markets and traders, it goes on to say, will be on edge to hear from Powell on how he perceived the market reaction after his rate hike. So that comes out today. You guys can see this is forexfactory.com. Here's that tentative Fed Chair Powell speaks, 9:40 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. So that's going to be Eastern Standard Time, roughly around 1, okay, or 2, roughly speaking. He's going to do a little introduction, and probably the news is going to drop whatever he does say. The meat of his speech probably drop at 2 p.m. So anyways, we're looking for that right now. Interestingly enough, okay, remember I said back to you guys on this tweet, all right, I said to you guys right here, interesting how we have a high stream of impact news right around the time that the DXY is at a higher low. So remember, we had the rate hike come out. Okay, so looking at, let's go. I really want you guys to understand these elites, how they play around. It's so interesting to really see it all play out. Okay, so let's go to the DXY real fast. This is again on the 8-hour chart on the left hand side, and we have the weekly on the right. All right, so we'll go ahead, and for now, we'll just get rid of this, and we'll just focus on this daily price action. So something interestingly that I was paying attention to as we're potentially breaking this historical level, which if you go back in the past, let's just take a pause for a second, okay? Every single time the DXY breaks above the 103.800 level and holds that, it goes parabolic. Here's an example here back in June, I believe 2022. Okay, let's go back in time. Let's actually transition to the weekly so I don't freeze out the computer. Okay, here's another example. Okay, this was again before June 2022. Look at this. November 2016, we retested the 1038 to the T, right? And price rejected it and dumped. Right now, again, we're at that historical level. Will we break it, or will we close below it? That's important. It's extremely important. Don't believe me? Let's go back in time, okay? Back in the crisis of 9/11, okay, I want you to see how important this level is. People don't even understand. They don't even know how to read charts. Look what the banksters sold to, okay? Look at this. This is right after 9/11, okay? 2001 error, the banksters sell after retesting their previous sell positions. And where do they dump to? Exactly to the T. Look at this. I'm not making this stuff up. If you understand how to read price action properly, you understand the importance of the 103.800 to the T. They sold straight into this psych level. You can't tell me that it's not important. Then they broke through it, attempted to retest it, failed, and what did it do? Dumped. So again, historical levels, if we close below the 103.800, it's most likely going to stay below there. Prior to that, okay, we see again, they broke above the 103.800. If you replay this current price action right now to updated price action, this is exactly what could potentially happen. 103.800, they break above it, retest it to the T with a bullish candlestick close above, and it goes parabolic. Okay, oh, don't worry, it's not over yet. Okay, that's back in 2000, prior to the year 2000. Okay, we're back in the 1990s now. Okay, or actually, this is before 1990. This is 1989. Look how important this level is. Right before tapping down into it, we break below it, come for a retest here, fails, closes below, and it melts. Once eventually we retrace back up to the 103.800, what do? Break above it, retest it to the T, again, close below, and it melts. So right now we're at a historical psych level on the DXY, and people need to be paying attention to it. Why? If you understand what drives US dollar strength, I want you all to think about what's going on in the world right now. And okay, think about the global macro perspective right now and understand that the US dollar, think about what's going on in the world. Okay, we have monetary policy decisions by the Federal Reserve that just recently came out, which presented in a way a hawkish perspective for the Fed. It's still, the Fed's still hawkish, even though they're hiking interest rates at a smaller rate, they're still doing it. Okay, so we'll also see economic data releases amongst all other major central banks. Geopolitical events like this whole entire China thing that's going on right now. I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to get demonetized or taken down, right? But you guys see all that in the headlines. Then also something that just like, I mean, it's mind blowing what just happened in Syria, in Turkey, and Lebanon. Okay, all in that area. Natural disaster, boom, just hit all at the same time while we're at a historical level on the DXY. It is not a coincidence. I'm telling you all right now, like, just to go down the rabbit hole, this is, again, my personal opinion. If you all really do some research on what just happened in Syria and Turkey, okay, the earthquake, there's videos that they're attempting to I'm not even going to go into that, but of something happening before the earthquake, a flash or some type of weird light. Go research. I'm not going to go into this in this video breakdown. I'll have to make a rumble about it, but go research what HARP is. HAARP. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I'll leave it there. But at the same time, the DXY is at a historical level, 103.800. We see a major natural disaster. Okay, Fed Chair Powell is about to speak today, so pay attention to that. I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you all know, right, the perspective that we've been giving for the longest time here on CYPRX since the beginning of this year has now come into fruition. So we need to pay attention. I want you all to really think how we operate here at CYPRX. Remember, we give these call outs, we give these psychological level predictions. And remember, they take time. You saw how this is like, what, 3 weeks later now. I started talking about this on the 11th of January, right? I gave you guys an analysis. Now let's just talk about what I think it's going to do. I think it's going to be different. I think that the United States is on the brink of another economic collapse. And so temporarily, if we break above the 103.800, I don't think it's going to be like last time, where it goes parabolic. I think we're potentially going to retest this general area so that banking institutions can get in on a premium sell. And what I'm paying attention to, if we break above this 103.800, is a retest of this inefficiency, right? This imbalance in the market. Then we could see a potential retest and a sell-off. That's something that I'm paying attention to right now. However, if I just get rid of this and we do break above the 103.800, this strength is something that we're going to be paying attention to in case risk on assets pull back. Okay, so like I told you guys in the group chat, again, we're being reactive to the market. We're being patient. I personally bought enough crypto not to chase the market right now back in November and December. I don't know about you guys, right? The majority of individuals, if you see amongst the retail herd right now, what are they doing? FOMOing out. Think about it. We were buying back in November, December when, you know, Jim Cramer, ABC News, CNBC, all these Yahoo fundamentals were coming out, talking about stay out of crypto. All the senators were talking about stay out of crypto, right? You remember all that? Just a couple, like literally November, right? Right after the FTX collapse. So I'm not chasing the market right now. I'm seeing and waiting to see what the DXY does. I'm letting you guys know. You know, that's my personal perspective. We're at a historical level. If we retest this 103.800 and we fail to close above it bullishly, then I think that the bottom could potentially be in. Okay. That's if this happens. Again, we're being reactive right now. This is what we would need to see, in my personal opinion, for risk on assets bottoms to be in. If at any point in time that shifts and changes, we break above the 103.800, get a good solid retest of it, then we're most likely going to pull up here. Okay. And for us as risk on asset investors, hopefully we do see some discounts. However, I'm going to leave you all with this. In the future, I'd say in the next, it's so crappy putting a time frame on any of this stuff. That's the one thing that any real investor knows not to do, which is why when I put out price predictions or call outs, I never put a timestamp on it. I don't know if you all have noticed, right? Like when we were talking about back here, the 103.800, right? There's no time here, okay? Because you can't predict time. That's the future. So when I say this, understand that in the future, I think that this is something that is going to happen. I think that once mainstream institutionalized adoption comes of this technology, this distributed ledger technology, I don't think what the DXY or what any other given currency pair for some moment of time is going to matter, because it's going to be a bull market, a utility bull market, and that's the macro environment at that point, in my perspective, isn't going to matter because all these banking institutions are going to want to start buying. So that's just going to drive the price higher no matter what the macro environment is. So right now, however, with the global reserve currency of the DXY, and we see economic disaster, we see geopolitical uncertainty, right? I think that right now we could potentially see a continuation in the DXY. Let's see how we react to the 103.800. Like I said, I'm optimistic. Let's hope we close below and hope that the bottom is in for risk on assets. If that fails, we break above it with strength. We need to be careful, right? I'm just letting you all know what I'm doing so that way it's transparent. I'm not really, realistically speaking, chasing the market right now. I even messaged you guys my buy areas, in the CYPRX group chat. If you guys didn't see those, maybe I'll screenshot it and post it again because I know that a lot of people start talking in the chat and it kind of just goes away. So I'll screenshot that today and resend it to you, where I'm looking to accumulate more of these specific utility-driven alts in case those levels come into fruition. And if they don't, I'm not chasing the market right now. I bought enough back in November and December. So blessings to you all. Hope that you all enjoyed this little video breakdown. Just again, showing you all that, when it comes to price action, go to the daily, go to the weekly if you're a long-term holder. Don't get so psyched into the fractal price action. If you're going to watch fractal price action, then learn how to day trade. It's that simple. All righty. Blessings to you guys. Let's see how this Fed Jerome Powell.
I won't stop till I hear him say